Good morning, students. Today we are going to take one of the essential life process, that is respiration. What is respiration? Respiration is one of the essential life process in which we are taking in oxygen and it is used for breaking down of food particles for what? To release energy. So this is respiration. Respiration is the intake of oxygen which is used for breaking down food particles to release energy. That is the definition for respiration. And we know that there are two types of respiration. What is that? One is aerobic respiration and the second one is anaerobic respiration. Okay. So, aerobic respiration. First one. What is aerobic respiration? Respiration which utilizes oxygen. And what about anaerobic? Just the opposite of aerobic respiration. What is that? Respiration in which what is not used? No oxygen is needed. Okay. So here aerobic respiration, oxygen is essential and anaerobic means without oxygen. So I will tell you one example also. For aerobic respiration which takes place in human being's body, okay, in lungs, what is taking place? It is the exchange of oxygen. So we will study that in detail. Okay, so oxygen, in presence of oxygen, respiration takes place. That is aerobic respiration. And what about anaerobic respiration? Here there is no need. Without oxygen also this takes place. Respiration process takes place. Mainly I will tell you one example in case of anaerobic bacteria. Example. Some bacteria, anaerobes they are called as. In that their body what is taking place? Anaerobic respiration is taking place. Okay. So yeast is another example in which what? Anaerobic respiration takes place. So these are the two types of respiration, that is aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration. Now what we are eating in the form of food is glucose. So this glucose, which is a food material, has to be broken down to release energy. So how this is taking place in our different body cells, that we are going to study in pathway. So we are going to study the pathway of breaking down of glucose. How this takes place. So we know that glucose, which is a food material that we are eating, it's broken down into the first product. It is called as pyruvate. This is the first product that is formed during what? Breaking down. So glucose, it breaks down into the first product called as pyruvate. Now, pyruvate is broken down into different products in presence of oxygen and in absence of oxygen. So, we are going to study that. First one, pyruvate in presence of oxygen. Okay? In presence of oxygen. That is in presence of oxygen in our body cells. In the case of body cells, in our body cells, in presence of oxygen, what is formed? Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy is released. Okay? What is that? Glucose, pyruvate, in presence of oxygen in our body cells, carbon dioxide, CO2, you know what is CO2? Water and energy is released. So this takes place in presence of oxygen. That's why I told you aerobic respiration. Now in case of same in our muscle cells, our body's muscle cells, what is happening? Muscle cells, if there is absence of oxygen, that is in the absence of oxygen, what is the product form? Okay, that is lactic acid plus the release of energy. Then what is lactic acid? When lactic acid is formed in our muscle cells, what will happen? what is the effect of lactic acid when it is produced in our muscle cells? So tell me, when is the situation arises when there is an absence of oxygen in our muscle cells? When you are doing a heavy physical exercise. Okay, when you are running or jumping, any heavy physical exercise you are doing means there is a lack of oxygen in our muscles. At that time, we will feel something very muscle cramps. Okay, not in the in a comfort level. We will feel something bad. Mainly in muscles and all, we call it as muscle cramps. What is that? Muscle cramps. Now what is this muscle cramps? Muscle cramps are caused due to the process or production of lactic acid in our muscle cells. And how this lactic acid is formed? Due to the absence of oxygen. Because we are doing a heavy physical exercise. What is happening? Our body cells will feel a lack of oxygen. Okay. That is the reason why instead of carbon dioxide plus water plus energy, what is formed? Another product is formed. That is lactic acid. This results in what? Muscle cramps. How to get rid of this muscle cramps? You can see after running, athletes and all, what they are doing? They will do massage. Okay, body massage they will do. When we are doing body massage, we can get rid of this muscle cramps. How? We can increase our blood circulation to that particular spot. Okay, muscle cramps, we can get rid of muscle cramps by massage. Or another also is there, another reason, that is we can use hot water bath. Hot water bath, that also increases our blood circulation. So what will happen? We can get rid of this formation of lactic acid, and normal what is happening in body cells will take place in muscle cells also. Okay. So muscle cramps are a result of anaerobic respiration in our muscle cells. And due to anaerobic respiration, what is formed? That is lactic acid is formed. So this is a case of human body in presence of oxygen and in absence of oxygen. Now I am going to tell you what will happen if during the absence of oxygen in yeast cells. Absence of oxygen in yeast. You know yeast is what? Fungus. What will happen to yeast cells? When there is anaerobic respiration that is taking place. That is the absence of oxygen. Ethanol is formed. What is ethanol? It's an alcohol. Ethanol plus what is released? Energy is released. Okay. Alcohol is formed. Ethanol. Okay. Here, this is anaerobic respiration that is taking place in yeast cell, which is a fungus, a microbe. What will happen? Ethanol is formed, which is an alcohol. That is the reason why, and it forms when it is an acid. What will be the taste? A sour taste will be formed. Okay, that is the reason why we are using this for the formation or making brewing industry and all. We are using these type of microbes. Why? They will produce a sour taste, carbon dioxide. One more product is released called as carbon dioxide. And what will happen? Carbon dioxide is formed means what? You can see the duck will be very soft and fluffy. Carbon dioxide, as a result of the release of carbon dioxide, what? It will rises up. Okay, the flour and all will rise up. So what will happen? Whatever we are making, whether it is a cake or whatever thing, bread and all, it will be very soft and fluffy. That is the reason why we are adding yeast. Okay. So this is anaerobic respiration that is taking place in yeast cell. This is the pathway of breaking down of glucose in presence of oxygen and in absence of oxygen. Once again I will repeat, glucose, which is a food item, is broken down into the first product, pyruvate. Pyruvate, in presence of oxygen in our body cells, it forms carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Okay, that is in the presence of aerobic respiration. Now in the absence of oxygen, say in our muscle cells, lactic acid and energy is released. Now, the result of formation of lactic acid is what? Muscle cramps. And we can get rid of muscle cramps by massage or hot water bath. Next one, again, in absence of oxygen, in each cell, ethanol is formed with the release of carbon dioxide and energy. This is the pathway by which glucose is broken down. I hope this is clear to you. You have to write this, take down this and study well. The pathway of glucose. Okay, that's all for today's class. Thank you.